By simply adding a page, you can quickly add a title, a subtitle, your main body of content, and an image to appear at the top of the page that will then output in a simple format to allow you to build pages quickly and easily. But what if you want to build a more complicated page design that is different to the default page layout? With Atom you have the ability to create thousands of different page layouts, so building a page can be as simple or as complicated as the page design you want to implement. The first step is to create your website page. Click the website option in the menu, then select the Pages option. Click the Add Page button in the top left-hand corner of the page. Firstly, you'll need to add your page URL. Your page URL should be descriptive of the information contained on the page to help with SEO. You should not use spaces or special characters in your URL. Your VIA software will automatically replace spaces with a hyphen and remove special characters to ensure you don't break your website and to aid in SEO. Next, click the visible box once you want your website page to appear online. You can keep this unticked whilst you are still building your website page, but you won't be able to view the page online until you tick this box. Below this you can fill in the title, subtitle, content fields and media fields if you wish. However, this will output in a preset way as defined earlier. In order to build advanced pages, you will need to create items. Items are modules that can be added to a page. They come in a range of different template layouts, from contact us and valuation forms to feature property grids and carousels. These building blocks allow you to create a bespoke page for your website. So how do you create these amazing building blocks that we call items? To add an item, go to the website tab and select Items. Click the Add Item button. Firstly, you'll see the summary field. This is to give your item a name. We recommend that you use a name that describes your item that you are creating so you can easily categorize the various items that you create. Whilst the name of the item won't output on the website, it will be used for internal reference, so you may want to name it something that is easily identifiable. Next, you'll need to tick the visible box if you want to see the item online. If you are simply creating a draft item, you can leave this box unticked until you are ready to add it to your website if you prefer. The item template field lets you select the template of the item you want to create. The items listed should be self-describing, but they fall into a broad range of categories. Basic items. These items are the easiest way to add blocks of images or text to your website page. Calculators. These are tools for the website user to use online that gives them a range of different outcomes, from calculating mortgage payments, stamp duty to pay on the value of a property, or what their lettings budget should be based on their income. Forms. There are various contact forms that can be added to your website to generate you leads. They can be general contact forms or forms designed to generate a valuation lead. Blog items. These allow you to show a preview of your blogs on a web page. You can specify how many blog articles appear and choose to only display blogs of certain keyword types, so you can customize what blogs appear on specific web pages. Feature property items. These allow you to feature handpicked properties on your website page. Containers. You can add items to containers to help you further format the design of your website page. We will go into containers in more detail a little later. Once you have selected your item template, you can then fill out the relevant fields that appear below. Whilst these fields will vary depending on the type of item template you have selected, there are some fields which will be consistent for every item. You don't have to fill out every option, just use the options that are relevant to the design that you want to create. You will be able to add a title, a subtitle, or main body of content text to your item. You can use the text editor options to decide how you want this text to look. You can make text larger, smaller, italicize, bolden, or even add a link if you wish. The URL field allows you to decide what web page your item will link through to when clicked. This can be a page of your website, or you can choose to scroll up or down to another item on the page by inputting the hashtag symbol followed by the name of an item as is displayed in your item list. The background colour allows you to pick the background colour of the item. You can either manually input the hex code or RGB code of the colour, or use the colour picker on the right hand side. You can even set the opacity of the colour if you want to add a semi-transparent colour to your item. The video embed code allows you to add a video to the background of your item. Simply paste the video embed code from your YouTube or Vimeo video into this field. The animation field allows you to add an animation to your item. There are a host of different animations for you to choose from. Each will enable your item to animate differently as you scroll up or down your web page. You can apply different hover effects to your item, so your item will behave in a certain way when a user hovers their mouse over the item. You can preview the hover effects to see how your item will look before saving your effect. The Allow Full Screen tick box allows you to define the size of the item. By ticking this box, it will ensure the item takes up the entire screen of the device that it's being viewed on. This option is ideal for creating landing pages where you want a full screen image or video on your web page. If you don't tick this box, the item will simply be as large as it needs to be to display the content you have added to the item. You can add media to your item which will display in the background. By uploading a picture to the media section and selecting a slightly transparent background colour, you can display a picture with a colour overlay if you wish, adding a further level of customization to your item. Once you've finished, click the Save button in the top left hand corner of the page to save your work. Or select the Save and Close option to save your work and close the tab. To add your newly created item to a website page, go to the Pages tab and search for the page you want to add your item to. Double-click the relevant page or click the page and select Edit. Scroll to the bottom of the tab to the Items section. Here is where you can add the items to the website page. Simply click the field and select the item you want to add to the page from the drop-down list. You can start typing the name of the item to narrow down the selection and then select your item. An item can be added to multiple pages, so you can reuse the item across different website pages if you want to. This is the most efficient way to add content to your website, as one change to the item will then be reflected on every page where it has been used. Your items will appear on the website page in the order they appear in the Items section. The left-hand item will appear on the top of the web page, with subsequent items appearing one after the other. You can simply drag the items into the order you want them to appear on the website page. By default, all the items you've added to your website page will appear underneath each other. However, what if you wanted to place your items next to each other on the page? Or what if you wanted to create a series of testimonials that scroll one after the other? This is where item containers come in. Containers are simply another type of item template that you can select when creating your item. You can add information to a container as you would for any other item, such as a title or background colour. But you can also add other items to your container, then add the container itself to the page to help you format your website page. Simply click the field and select the item you want to add to the container from the drop-down list. You can start typing the name of the item to narrow down the selection, and then select your item you wish to add. Your items will appear within the container in the order they appear in the Items section. The left-hand item will appear first, with subsequent items appearing one after the other. You can simply drag the items into the order you want in the Items field. Depending on the type of container you create, the items added to it will format in a specific way when the container is added to the web page. The basic container allows you to put items side by side, rather than always appearing underneath each other. You can therefore put a contact form next to a piece of text, or create a series of tiles that appear next to each other. The slider container allows you to create slideshows of images or text. Only basic items can be added to the slider container. You can't add calculators, forms or other item types. Slider containers are a great way to create testimonial sliders or a carousel of images on your website. Within the slider container, you can choose the slide duration and add various symbols to help users navigate between the slides. You can even add a slider container to a basic container, like you can see here, so you can display your carousel of testimonials or images next to other items. The accordion container allows you to create FAQ-style questions with expandable answers. Again, like the slider container, only basic items can be added to the accordion container. The text entered into the title field of the basic item will form the question, and the text entered into the content field will form the expandable answer. You can add as many basic items to the accordion container as you wish, depending on how many questions and answers you want to appear. Once you have created your container, simply save it. Then add your container item to the website page you want to, in exactly the same way you add other items to your website pages. By using items and item containers, you can literally create an almost infinite amount of page layouts for your website.